Okay. Garima, you are there?
Yes.
Yeah, please take the session forward, Garima.
Okay.
Garima, you can start the session.
Hello, everyone. How are you all on this beautiful afternoon? So, I welcome you all, ladies and gentlemen, on this enriching seminar which ICAI Kenya chapter is organizing in collaboration with the Committee on Promoting Work-Life Balance of ICAI. The webinar's topic is Finding Flow, Blending Professional Rigor with Personal Passions. Before proceeding, we would like to do CA motor song. So everyone, I request you to please close your eyes. य एष सुप्तेषु जागृति कामं कामं पुरुषो निर्मिमाणः तदैव शुक्रं तद् ब्रह्मा तदैवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकाश्रितः सर्वे तदुनात्येति कश्चन एतद्वैत. So, ladies and gentlemen, for taking us forward, I would like to welcome our Chairman ICI Kenya Chapter, CA Kamal Kishore Mittal, for his welcome note.
Thank you, CA Garima. And I would like to welcome each and every one of you to this webinar on work-life balance organized by ICI Kenya chapter. We, as a new committee, we took over on 13th April 2025, and since then we have hosted many seminars and webinars. Today's webinar is the 19th event which we have conducted during this year, which shows our commitment to the profession. And our today's webinar is in line with the vision of our President, Honorable President C. Charanjot Singh Nandaji, to foster work-life balance among our CA fraternity. As you know that our profession involve numbers, and that is very, very stressful at time. And to keep a balance between work life and personal life, ICI President C. Charanjot Singh Nandaji has taken as initiative, and this is in line with his initiative to foster work-life balance among our professional chartered accountants. And in today's webinar, we have highly esteemed speakers, including CA Jai Chaira sir, who is the chairman of Work-Life Balance Committee in ICAI. CA Jai Chaira sir is also a Central Council member, and we are highly grateful actually that he has spared time out of his very busy schedule for this webinar. I would like to welcome you all to this webinar once again, and will request you that please listen carefully whatever the speakers are going to say. The another speaker is going to be CA Amarjit Chopra ji, who is past president of ICI. I look forward a great learning during this session, and I will hand over the session to CA Garima for the speaker introduction.
So, everybody, I would like to welcome CA Rajasekhar for introducing to all of us Mr. CA Jai Chaira.
Thank you, Garima ji, for the opportunity that has been given. Personally speaking, I feel that CA Jai Chaira ji is one who actually needs no introduction. But yes, for the benefit of those who intended to know a bit more about Jai Chairaji, it takes immense pleasure for me to introduce Jai Chairaji to all the participants who have joined for the today's webinar. CA Jai Chairaji is actually a distinguished chartered accountant known for his vast knowledge, dynamic leadership, and a multifaceted personality. With multiple degrees, including FCA, ACMA, MBA Finance, and Advanced Management Studies from reputed institutions in Italy, Germany, US, UK, and China. He has also been associated with ICAI since 1995. In fact, he has also taken up several leadership positions throughout his association as a member of ICAI. He has served as a chairman for Surat branch in the year 2005. He has also served as vice chairman for WIRC in the year 2012. Not just that, in fact, he has also been serving as Central Council member, and currently he is serving his third term. He has actually been recognized with several prestigious honors, including from the president of our institute, and in fact has chaired more than 30 national and international committees. One thing is like he has not confined himself only to pursuing his professional journey. He has not left any of his passion or any of his hobbies. He actually balances his professional excellence with diverse passions in music, photography, trekking, and performing arts. In fact, it's worth noting that Jai Chairaji is actually a state level winner in painting, singing, and elocution. He has also actually acted in Gujarati plays and films. And he also participated in the Akshay Kumar International Martial Arts Competition and also represented India at a global education forums. I am sure that today all of you would have such an amazing feeling after listening to Jai Chairaji, because he actually carries with him a lot of energy. Since the time he has been chairman of Professional Skills Enrichment Committee of ICAI, I have got the opportunity to attend to some of the webinars organized by Jai Chairaji, and I'm pretty much sure that all of you would have the same amazing feeling after listening to Jai Chairaji. Sir, I would like to hand over the virtual dais to you. You can kindly take on the things from here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Rajsekhar ji. A very good evening to all of my dear friends in Kenya and all other chartered accountant members. Once again, a very good evening. And actually, I'm not sure whether you're aware of the fact or not, but in India, there is a challenge in the last 2 days regarding flight cancellation. So whatever flight we are booking and it is getting cancelled, and we are running from one place to another. And because of that, today I had my session at Indore branch and my another session at Ujjain branch. But because of this flight rescheduling, I'm running from one place to another place. So in that, my iPad has been left out at Indore branch. Through the mobile, somehow I'm trying to connect with you. Honestly, because of this mobile small screen, I cannot look at it, who is on the other side. And I am here in the traffic going to the Ujjain branch for one physical program. But well, first of all, let me compliment Kenya chapter for coming out with this wonderful series of program and selecting such a very interesting topic. The topic that has been given to me is regarding flow. Your flow in your personal life, that is about passion, as well as in the professional life. Rajsekhar ji, it so happens, many times people feel that it is not possible to balance personal and professional life. Well, our president ICAI, this year, he gave me 3 important committees, and one fine day, he called me, okay, bhai, should we have one committee on work-life balance? I said, sir, definitely we should have. And he immediately, I am not sure whether I hope I am audible. Because I'm on mobile, the challenge is that somebody is continuously
It's
calling
audible.
me.
It's audible.
So that
It's
Yes,
is
sir, you
audible.
are very much audible, sir. You are
yes,
very much
thank you, sir.
audible,
Thank
sir.
you.
This is Kamal Kishore, Chairman, Kenya chapter.
Yes,
Remember, sir,
Kamalji,
we
thank
met
you
in
very
Doha chapter
much.
conference, sir.
Yes. Kamalji, thank you very much for providing this wonderful opportunity of interacting with all my Kenyan friends. And I hope someday personally also I'll meet all of you. And kudos to your leadership for organizing such wonderful event. And let me come back to it that the president called me that should there be any work-life balance committee? I said, sir, definitely it should be there. And he said, then can you lead it? I said, sir, it is up to you. If you give me to do that. And fortunately, I got the fourth committee, work life balance committee, it's a baby committee. But we decided that, see, there is a difference between being sincere and being serious. I have to tell my chartered accountant friends that we have to be sincere but not serious. See, it is very much possible to live a life full of passion. It's very much possible that you are excellent in terms of professional domain, and at the same time you live your life, you have adventures and hobbies in your life, right? A well balanced life is very important. We'll have to understand one thing, friends. One of the US president told that uh, if you have 10 hours to chop a tree, if I had 10 hours to chop a tree, I'll use 6 hours to sharpen the axe. Please understand one thing: healthy mind only works with healthy body. So here comes the important, passion. Passion about your hobbies and at equal passions about your profession. It is said that if Sunday does not, thrill you, if Sunday does not thrill you, change your company. And if Monday does not thrill you, change your profession. So one is to be very enthusiastic on Sundays, on Saturdays, and on all the working days. So friends, it's very, very crucial that we plan out our days in such a way that we pay attention to everything. Every year, beginning, I make my schedule and I allocate time for all the aspects, starting first with health. Every year, fortunately for the last 12 years, I've been following this routine that 600 hours of exercise, yoga, and meditation should be there, and I count it. And fortunately, I complete it. Rajshekharji, what happens if I say I'll start doing yoga from tomorrow? It never happens. Tomorrow never comes. Right? There is always another tomorrow. But when you say 600 hours, then target is very clear. If you don't do it today 2 hours, then tomorrow you'll have to do 4 hours. So now one day you will just touch your ear and then you'll start. So for the last 12 years, 600 hours of exercise, meditation, walking, running, swimming, whatever can be there, at least 600 hours I do. Similarly, I make a target 500 hours every year for my professional domain expertise. Whatever is my topic, if it is IFRS, I'll put in all my efforts to improve upon my IFRS. So there also I count it that way. Similarly, earlier, every year I used to have financial targets also. This is the amount I want to earn this year, and I want to invest this way, and I have reached up to this. Now, joining the council, it is quite a time consuming thing, as I told you. In the morning, I was at Indore. Now, actually, in the morning, I took a flight from Delhi. I was in Delhi, then I came to Indore, delivered the lecture because I got late there. Now I am on the way to Ujjain. I have stopped the car for this particular program. And such type of things. So as of now, well targets are put aside, otherwise targets for wealth, targets for health, and not only that, Kamal Kishore, one very important thing. Think about it. You or I say we are the best maybe in terms of finance or maybe best in terms of taxation. But tomorrow, your or my daughter says that, Papa, you did not give me at the time. I think there is something wrong. So here comes relationship. I ensure that I give enough time to my daughters. I have trained my daughters personally. Both the daughters are chartered accountants. I have trained them personally. I give enough time to them. Similarly, I give time to my family, my relatives. Now, these are very crucial things, my friends. I could see thumb of Nirlep. So, Nirlep is a good friend and he will agree with me. As and when somebody sends me a message, any friend would send me a message, immediately, Nicholas ji, thank you. Anyone sending me anything, I'll immediately respond. So, giving time to your family, right? To my mother, to my daughters, to my friends, school friends, college friends, all friends, it's very, very crucial relationship. Another important thing is contribution. I don't use it very seriously as the word contribution. I use the word fragrance. You have to blossom such way that the society you can pass on the fragrance. So friends, many people say that along with the profession, it is not possible to balance. But friends, believe me, it is only about intentions. It is very much possible. Very, very much possible. I had my full-fledged practice, and along with that, I acted in Gujarati movie. Right? Both the things require time, and it was well managed. There are some people, I'm surprised, they will always keep on telling, I'm so busy, I'm so busy. But friends, tell me one thing. If every time you say you are busy, is it a strength or weakness? I believe it is a weakness. How can a person boast about the weakness? Right? So, very importantly, we have to see to it how to balance time. Right? We have a single life, and within this life, we have to fulfill all these aspects. It's very, very important. Every year, I have time for my hobbies and adventures. Every year, I go to Himalayas. I have one luxury, friends. I'm still in India, and I believe that if I'm in India, every year I have to go to Himalayas. I go to Himalayas every year for trekking. I make 2 to 3 international trips. A few days back, I was 10 days in Korea. I enjoyed that. Well, by the way, in Kenya, I have gone to all the places, Amboseli, Naivasha, Masai Mara. I have gone to all the places, of course. So, I have traveled across the globe. I'm very passionate about it. Very passionate about photography. I did wildlife photography at Kenya, at Pilanesberg, here in South Africa, in Gujarat, Gir, many places. So, see, hobbies actually are not distractions. Hobbies are something very crucial. They put fuel in you. They put fuel into you, and that helps you even in your professional pursuits. So, friends, very sincerely believe me, if you have that intention, the desire, if you plan out well, then it is very much possible that you can go to any extent in terms of domain expertise, along with that, in terms of wealth creation for yourself as well as for others, and you can balance all these aspects. Fortunately, Work-Life Balance Committee, it's a baby committee this year. Priyam Badaji is the secretary of the committee, who is running this committee very, very well. Along with me, I have a very dynamic vice chairman, Sridhar Mupalaji. And we have started with daily yoga program. We have started with Zumba program. We have taken up number of initiatives of taking up webinars for members, for the students, right? So, my urge to you is that while you should be excellent in terms of domain expertise, you should be excellent, but at the same time, it's very, very crucial that you find out time for yourself, for your health. See, nobody else, you cannot delegate health aspect to somebody else. You have to take care of it on your own. So, my very sincere request to you would be, please, from today onwards, make it a point of regularly giving time to your body, right? Your health, exercise, sleep, and all these things are very, very crucial. You should work on that. Second, give time to relationship. It should not happen that, at the age of 40, at the age of 50, you keep on working only. And at the age of 60, or 70, when you retire, then you say, there is nobody around me. It should not be the case. Life has to be very lively. So invest in terms of relationship. That's a big investment. Similarly, hobbies are very important. My father told me many years back, your old age friends are your hobbies. Right? If I love reading, if I love painting, fortunately, I love painting at the same time singing and playing piano and drums. So maybe this is my old age provision. Right? Maybe over 65, 70, when life slows down, right? I would be very happy playing piano. I would be very happy painting. I'd be very happy doing such other things, right? So invest into hobbies. These are very, very important. I repeat, friends, it is very much possible to balance the professional life as well as personal life. It is strongly possible. Today, you have many, many topics. So I would not take much of your time. Just wanted to give a precursor, but I would be very happy to join you once again and take a detailed session whenever required about any of these aspects. I very sincerely thank once again the Kenya chapter for providing this opportunity. Thanks a lot, Kamal Kishore ji. Thanks, Raj Shekhar ji. And back to you. Actually, my session is now going to start here at Ujjain also. So somehow I am forced to join them very quickly because that is the session. It was a wonderful experience, and I would be very happy to join Kenya chapter once again. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Jai Chaira sir, and thank you for your time. It has been highly enlightened for us to hear you. We have heard a lot about you, sir, but this was the first time, I think, after a long time. We heard you during COVID period in 21, I believe, and then after 4 years, we are hearing you again. It was my dream that we should hear you in Kenya also. And thank you for making time out of your very, very busy schedule. And since you are in Ujjain, so I would say Jai Mahakal, Jai Shri Mahakal.
Kamalji, can I take a few minutes?
Yeah, sure, Amitesh bhai.
First of all, very much thank you, Jay sir, for coming on board. It's like almost now, I believe, 15 years I see you in our days. For all of us, actually, Jay sir was my teacher during my CA days. So I have basically become a chartered accountant because of him, and he was an inspiration for many students like me. And because of him only, I'll say today I am where I am. So thank you, Jay sir. It's like a dream to listen to you again many years. And thank you, chapter, our Kenya chapter, to bring Jay sir on board. And as Jay sir mentioned about the, that connection. So even I can vouch today also, if you somebody, even today if I message him, definitely he is going to respond within a short period of time. So he is always available whenever you require him. That is from my side. Thank you for this opportunity to connect with Jay sir again.
Thank you very much, Amitesh bhai. It was really very motivating to hear your experience with Jai Chaira sir. And of course, I heard a lot about him. And today was a great day that we got opportunity to hear him. So, yeah, with this, Nirlabji, you are there, sir?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm listening. Inspiring session of Jay sir.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Nirlabji. And is it possible that we can hear your insight also for next few minutes? Is it possible, sir?
I would be very much fortunate,
Speak. I'm here to listen, Jai sir and Chopra sahab and all. But if you still want me to speak, it would be my privilege, Kamal sir.
Yeah, we want you to hear, sir. We want to hear you, sir.
Yeah, so I think if you allow me, I can speak for some 10-15 minutes. It's like a impromptu address to me because I was not at all prepared, but that's a privilege to me. So is it fine
Yeah.
if I?
Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, so I think first of all, it's kudos to the efforts of the Nairobi chapter of ICI and jointly spearheaded by Committee for Promoting Work-Life Balance, ably headed by Chairman C. Jai Chaira sir and Vice Chairman Sri Sridhar Mupala sir. So thanks to all of you. And I have been a speaker on this particular committee on emotional intelligence, and I must vouch what Jai sir also mentioned about the great work done by Priyam Vadaji as the Secretary of CPWLB. So, I'd like to say a few things about this particular topic, which is finding flow, blending professional rigor with personal passion. So, it's a very, very interesting topic, very insightful topic, and how to blend the professional rigor with the personal vigor, if I may say so. So how to blend between the rigor, our ambition, our dreams, our goal, as far as the professional growth is concerned, as far as the building our profile is concerned, as far as serving our clientele is concerned, and at the same time, how to have the harmonious, for example, how to have harmonious relationship between our family members and friends, how to take care of, if not improvise, our health. So these are very, very tricky aspect, and it's very thoughtful of Honorable President sir to form this particular committee, and we are fortunate to have this address into it formative in the first year. Yeah. So Jai sir has very rightly mentioned about that if I remember correctly that he mentioned about being busy, for example, that you cannot be always busy. So this reminds me one very beautiful line or very subtle difference between being busy and being productive. Right? So we all say that, we are always busy. We are always busy, but we should ask ourselves that are we really productive as well? Yeah. So my late father used to tell me on this regard that God has given 24 hours to everybody. It's up to us that how we utilize it, right? It's very important for us to know. Another aspect which I would mention about being passionate. So actually, somebody interviewed me in one of the podcasts. So they mentioned, they asked me one question that you always say you are passionate, and somewhere we can see that. But what do you exactly mean by being passionate? Right? So how do you define passion, first of all? Right? So being passionate means, friends, we don't get tired of doing certain things, right? I don't get tired to share my knowledge, to serve my chartered accountants fraternity, to address the chartered accountants members and students, because I have been fortunate to address chartered accountants in 10 countries, okay, either in a virtual platform or a physical one. I happen to travel to Kenya twice and Tanzania once, and elsewhere in all the 4 continents in a virtual platform. So I don't get this is my passion. I traveled to nearly 10 or 12 cities from Qatar. I'm based out of Qatar. And then recently I spoke on emotional intelligence, right? So this is my passion. Somebody may have the passion for swimming. Somebody may have the passion for cricket, for example. Jay sir, for example, first person probably comes to my mind is respected Jay sir. Because look at the way he just is in his address of 4 or 5 minutes. He mentioned about a lot of things. Traveling. He visited Korea recently. Before that, he came to Qatar also, and many other countries he visited. I have his profile. I think he has visited nearly 30 to 35 countries. His number of degrees are nearly 20 to 25. Then he mentioned about the acting in one Gujarati movie. If I remember correctly, he has made a mark into the sports and physical fitness related area also, karate or judo or martial arts and what's not. That's what I remember his profile, which he sent to me many years back. So friends, this is what being passionate is all about. Have you been able to add the colors to your personality, or we are just a bookworm and just a chartered accountant, right? Another point he mentioned about the interest and hobbies. Interest and hobbies, friend, should not be a destructive factors, right? In your journey, in your professional journey. This should supplement your growth. For example, if you are passionate about yoga, I know Kamal Kishorji is passionate about yoga. I know him since few months. Okay. What does it mean is that yoga, first of all, how the name yoga comes. Okay. Yoga, the name is derived from yog. Yog means connection. Yog is a connection between your mind and your body and probably your soul also. So when your soul, your body and your mind are in perfect harmony, that's the essence of yoga. And those who are passionate about yoga, they will vouch with the fact that it actually adds to your productivity. Those who are passionate about swimming, there is one group, 5am group, in which I am a member of that. So I keep on reading the quite a message and keep on doing exercise and all. If you are passionate about some sports, outdoor sports, or some swimming kind of thing, right? It will actually keep your personality vibrant and make you physically fit and mentally fit. As they say that, there's a Sanskrit saying in this regard that healthy mind resides in healthy body. So it's very important for us to understand that none of this hobby, none of these extracurricular activities are destructive to your main professional growth. They actually are there to supplement you and make you a 360-degree human being. That's very important. Now, as there, I reminded one quote of Ratan Tata's speech, late Ratan Tata's speech. He mentioned to some MBA student in Pune or somewhere that there is no point in getting the promotion in your company. There is no point in getting the huge assignment of your client if your divorce petition is pending into the court, right? That's what we mean by 360-degree relationship. We don't want to be a successful chartered accountant and a failed parent, failed mother, or failed father, right? That's what the promotion of work-life balance is all about, right? That in every sphere of our life, in every relationship, we should be able to do justice. And how it's possible? Possible by being disciplined. Again, what like Jay sir has mentioned, having a very sound emotional intelligence, being mindful of where our emotions are driving us, and to do justice to our passion also. So there is also a difference between interest and passion. So what is the difference between interest and somebody say that I'm interested about cricket and somebody say that I'm passionate about cricket, right? The difference is that basic interest about any activity or any initiative will lead to the passion. You cannot say merely that I'm interested in entrepreneurship. If you want to establish a successful venture or practice, actually you should be highly passionate about it, right? So basic interest on anything, then your efforts and your interests are added over it. It leads to being passionate about it. And successful chartered accountants, or another aspect of this journey is that one of the very important factors of just a minute, there is an important messages there here. You can, Kamalji, if you can just put me, I'm not able to read what Premvadaji mentioned, just WhatsApp me. Another aspect of the success is about the consistency. Very, very important thing, right? We all want our journey to be smooth one, long-lasting one, and a consistent one. But if we are hardworking, if we are if we have a growth mindset, or if we are passionate about something, but if our purpose is not clear, our journey will not be consistent. I have seen many chartered accountants friends who are very, very successful, very, very talented actually, okay, but their journey is wayward. Wayward means in cricket parlance, wayward means the ball which is not maintained proper line and length. So if the bowler's ball is wayward, or okay, it means that it's very easy to hit 4 or 6 to that ball. That's what we call wayward journey. So their journey is quite wayward. They are not clear in what they want to do. And that's where another extremely important point comes, which is power of purpose, right? Mark Twain very beautifully quoted that when your why is more clear than your how, the success becomes imminent. When your why, why, is more clear, it's more long-lasting and stronger than your why, than your how, things are quite clear. It means that you should be very clear what do you want to achieve in your life. Talking about the professional growth, should be very clear that what are your short-term goals, what are your long-term goals, right? And then align those goals, break them down into the actionable task, right? So if your long-term goal is, for example, that I want to, after 5 years, I want to set up a practice of, let's say, 50 lakhs rupees per annum, right? Okay, then to reach there, what you are required to do, goal setting, correct? Break it down for the goals which you require to achieve on per annum basis, on an annual basis, right? Then break it down what goals you are required to do on a monthly basis, or a maximum monthly basis, or a quarterly basis. Monitor the goal. Two of the most important but the most neglected aspect of the entire spectrum of achieving success is that power of purpose, which I already mentioned. Another important thing is that power of goal setting. Both are quite relating to each other, right? That we don't have the goal, we have the dreams, as they say. But what's the difference between dreams and goals, right? Rajshekhar ji, you will agree with what I am saying now. The difference between dream and goals is that they say that goal is the dream with deadline. Okay, so once you assign the timing to what you are required to achieve, correct, then it becomes a goal. Otherwise, it's just a dream. Even children have dream, and the most important or the first and foremost condition to achieve something is to have a dream. But then you should be able to translate your dream into the goal. How to do it? Okay, you have the long-term goal, not too long-term goal. You cannot say that where I want to be after 20 years of my life, but at least 5 years kind of timing. Okay, have the short-term goal also, that what you are required to do. Break down the goals into short-term assignments and all. Jot it down, reiterate, probably every day or every month. Review the goal. Okay, identify the challenges, that why you are sometimes not able to achieve the goal. What are the distractions? Okay, and then you will analyze that for some people, let's say, mobile is the big distraction. Okay, then nowadays there are apps available where you can even see that how much mobile or how much social media you are using it. Irony is that to see that app also you have to use mobile. But that's the world we are living in. Okay, we cannot completely avoid the mobile. So maintain this kind of thing. Review your goal. Identify the challenges, and that is one of the aspects of achieving success. I think Rajshekhar ji, do you have any? I got a message. Okay. Do you have any broad question or feedback, Priyamvada ji? Is it okay if we continue this broad interaction and then I share my experience? He mentioned till, I think, for next 15 minutes. Is it fine with you?
Yes, Redlabji, it's very much fine.
So I think rather than just to have a monologue, you or Rajshekhar ji can ask some broad questions, and then so we can make it a bit interactive also. In fact, Priyamvada ji, if it is allowed, even audience can ask the question. So within the time what allocated to me, I can share it. So we welcome the questions or feedback from audience as well on achieving or how to maintain how to have the professional growth and personal passion in the sync. Otherwise, Kamalji, you can ask any questions also. Or
Redlabji, I have a question.
Yeah. Please.
So, though we are all professionals, we are all chartered accountants or like highly qualified professionals, but at times we have the habit of procrastinating things.
Yeah.
So how do we avoid that?
I think it is a very, very important question what you asked. So first of all, congratulations, kudos to you for asking the question. See, what do we mean by procrastination? Friends, procrastination means delay the things without any reason. Okay. So you delay things with genuine reason is not a procrastination, but without any reason, if you delay something, that's called a procrastination. One of the biggest enemy in achieving any success. First thing is that Kamal Kishorji, as I mentioned, to avoid procrastination, what I do, I plan my critical activities. So I bifurcated my schedule into I classified into two activities. The critical activities I list it down before I sleep in the night. Okay, so for the next day. So that's a level of discipline which we have to maintain. And for not so critical, means not completely casual activity, but something which is not critical at all. First thing I do is that in addition to the critical activities, these such activities which is not very critical, I jot it down in the morning also. So I devote first 10 minutes of my day in jotting down the activities. Kamalji, research say that when you translate your thoughts into black and white, it becomes more clear. So, but you should not even procrastinate to jot it down also. So that's the basic thing to avoid procrastination, is that to have the self-discipline. Okay. no task in the world is achieved without a self-discipline. Okay, and that's where the question of difference between inspiration and motivation comes. What is the difference between inspiration and motivation? For example, okay, so earlier time there were two kind of scooters or mopeds used to there. Okay, one is the kick start and one is the self start. Okay, so self motivated people uh, are like a self-started scooter. They don't need external motivation or external kick for them to start. They themselves, their purpose is very clear. They are self-disciplined. They are consistent and committed to their goal. So they are like a self-started moped, self-motivated people. So you have to do that. Another thing about procrastination is that what I mentioned already. Okay, always have the habit of goal setting. So where you want to do, what you want to do, where you want to see yourself after, let's say 6 months or a year. Okay, then break it down to the activities. What do you mean by breaking down? Okay, those who are a cricket lover, they will understand that if MS Dhoni or Virat Kohli want to win a particular test match, what they will do? They will not think about the 5 days plan. They will have 5 days plan. They will identify the strength and weakness, but they will break the 5 days plan to per day. And what they say after that, we want to win a session, not even a day. Correct? There are 3 sessions in a day. So we want to have an upper hand each session, and each session or having upper hand or winning a particular session will automatically lead you to winning the test match and winning the series also. So how you do, how you perform, with what amount of consistency and diligence you perform your small task decides your future, decides your destiny, right? So as they say, there are 3 or 4 kind of D's which lead to the success, overall success, right? First is the dream. Okay, without dream, no amount of task or no amount of achieving insurmountable tasks are possible. So dream, add determination to that dream. Okay, then your decision making skill comes into play, and that will determine your destiny. So how to go from dream to destiny, right? Dream is very, very important thing. Then justify your dreams by being very determined about it. Okay, and have enough amount of decision making skill also, and that will lead to you to the destiny. So I think I answer your question. Okay, another very important thing which I want to emphasize upon is that I would like to say hello to Kamal Shah sir. I can see him over here, a very, very prominent person and a past chairman of I would say, rather than past chairman, a pillar of support to Kenya chapter. I have met him when I traveled recently. So thanks, Kamal sir, for joining. It's a privilege to see you over here. Another very important thing is that, which I personally, practicing, is the concept of growth mindset, right? What do you mean by growth mindset? Growth mindset is that you take every challenges as an opportunity to learn, right? You don't say that, for example, I'm not good in accounts. Okay, you say that I am not good in accounts yet. So they said the power of yet. There's a concept of growth mindset. Power of yet means what do you mean by power of yet? I am not good in particular task yet, but I'm constantly improving. I'm constantly evolving, right? So that's a very important concept of growth mindset is there. In fact, when I visited Kenya in June 2024, another institution was there, Hindu Council of Kenya. So they invited me to address their students also. And that's where I spoke about the growth mindset. One of the very, very profound concept to achieve success. So fixed mindset is there. They believe that our abilities are static. Just 1 second. Darush. There is something is going on. Just a second. So as it is going on is the impromptu session for me. So a few other things are going. So thank you for that. So what's the difference between growth mindset and fixed mindset? Yeah. Growth mindset means that your abilities can be developed through dedication and work. But fixed mindset believes that you are born intelligent. You have the inborn talent. As we say always that leaders are made, they are not born, right? Another important thing is the challenges. So fixed mindset say that you avoid the challenges. We have the attitude to show cold shoulder to our challenges, right? So we avoid the challenges, those who are in fixed mindset, to prevent our limitation, to save ourselves from the limitation. But what growth mindset concept says that you embrace the challenge as opportunities to learn. For example, as we know, our father of nation Gandhiji, when he was in South Africa, he was thrown off from the Pietermaritzburg station because being a black-skinned person, right? That was a challenge which destiny threw upon him. If he was thinking that I am a timid person, I cannot evolve and I cannot serve the community and nation, he would have stopped there, right? But if he was not thrown off at that station, and because he was Mr. Gandhi or Gandhiji, okay, what he did, he transformed this opportunity, he embraced this opportunity to transform the nation, right? So if he was not thrown off, we would not have got the Mahatma Gandhi or Gandhiji. So that is the power of growth mindset, right? And last important thing in growth mindset is that you always welcome the feedback. Very, very important thing, right? Feedback is actually the very important thing which is there into the growth mindset. You always feel that I am doing great, but unless somebody is also there to vouch for your efforts, for your achievement, to see that where you have to improve, you cannot evolve further. And that's where the importance of mentor comes into play, right? In fact, I always say to the student, but it's equally important for the chartered accountants also, that when you are a little bit successful, okay, always look up. Look up means that let your each success be a stepping stone for another success, right? If you secured one assignment, always strive for, don't stop there, but strive for achieving the bigger assignment. If you have a partnership firm with 3 partners, okay, why don't we have a goal to expand it by having 10 partners? Okay, so look up means let each your success be a stepping stone for bigger success. Look around. Look around means what? Save yourself from fake appreciation and criticism, harsh criticism. Okay, nowadays in social media there is a lot of things which is like fake appreciation. So people will say, "Oh, you are doing great, you are doing great," because nobody wants to spoil relations.
With your permission, if I may interrupt.
Yeah.
It's actually always a pleasure for all of us to listen to you, like the way you handle everything impromptu. One thing which I would like to ask you is something that is related to today's topic as well, like balancing professional rigor with personal passion. We do know that you have been working as you have been very busy with your professional schedule in Qatar, and at the same time, we know that your personal passion lies in public speaking, and you keep on taking various sessions for different branches of ICAI, be it abroad, overseas chapters or domestic chapters. It's like we are able to see the way you are balancing that professional rigor with your personal passion. If you would be able to throw some light on how you are able to manage all those things in an effective manner. So I think our audience also would be able to gather more insights on that. And probably they might even try to implement on what you have been doing. We would like to hear from you on that as well, Nirlepji. Thank you.
Yeah, so now time which is now allocated to me is 10 minutes. Kamalji has messaged me. So within that, I will wrap it up. And then I don't think I should extend more. I hope by then another speaker is joining. As you know, Rajshekharji, this is a typically impromptu session, but somewhere maybe it shows my passion to address and to share my knowledge, whatever little I have. What I was finishing is that, then I got your question. So you look around and then to be more successful, you look sometime down also. Look down means you help and serve the people who are less fortunate than yourselves. Okay, being a chartered accountant, not to have the sense of elitism, but always we all are blessed souls, all 500,000, nearly 500,000 chartered accountants, blessed souls, because we got the toughest degree of the world. Somewhere we are also, we belong to intelligent lot also, right? And by and large, we are also doing well financially also compared to others. Use these skills, knowledge, experience to help others also who are not as fortunate as ours, right? Financial literacy is great. So that's my, analogy. Look up. Let your each success be a stepping stone for another success. Always save yourself from the fake appreciation and harsh criticism. And look down means help those who are not as fortunate as those. To answer to your, so Rajshekharji, I wanted to finish this. To answer to your question, so I work as a group financial controller, to give brief introduction about me in one of the local conglomerates in Qatar. I was the chairman of Doha chapter of ICI in 2021 also. And one of the things for which I was instrumental is having the memorandum of understanding between ICI and Qatar Financial Center also. So why this MOU has come? Because as I read somewhere that a true leader, a great leader, does not only serve the individuals. Collaborative leader, the leader whose vision is broad, always bring not only individuals but institutional together. So that's the power of great vision. Through support of ICI and my seniors and the leaders, then we brought together the world's largest accounting institute, which is Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, our beloved alma mater, and also the onshore unit over here, which is a Qatar Financials. And we did MOU to help the practicing chartered accountant establishing a practice in Qatar. Okay, so that's one thing. Now what Rajshekharji has asked is that also about how I'm able to do it. So after that, my term over, and during that also, I was fortunate enough to get invitation to address many overseas chapters, many branches and all. Okay, great. First thing is that this is my passion. I was interested into it. I explained the difference between interest and passion, and how to develop a passion about anything when you have just little interest into it. So steps towards it is that I continuously sharpen my skill. Public speaking or the speaking on such forum friends, it's a life skill. Okay, there are three kind of skills, by the way: life skills, literacy skills, and learning skill. Okay, so now I'm speaking in front of you since 30 minutes. It doesn't come in a day. It comes with an experience, insight, and my own interest since years. So that is first thing. Okay, then when you are a little bit successful, now I did not do it anything for here in ICI and elsewhere also, we are not benefited in a remunerative way by doing all these things. Okay, but the passion is to serve the community, give it back to the fraternity, which has given me so much. Otherwise, I'm quite happy being CFO in one company, paid reasonably well with my 17 years of experience of chartered accountancy, right? But then I thought, okay, why not we mentor the students, for example. So I was a speaker in, apart from nearly 10 overseas chapters, as you know, Rajshekharji, I traveled to Kenya and Tanzania as a speaker. Recently, you all invited me the first international conference of Nairobi chapter of ICI, which was of a very, very high quality very, very high quality conference. And actually that, in my view, I will even go to the extent to saying that this should be a case study that how you manage a particular project by overcoming all the challenges, bringing all the leaders together from nearly 7 countries. Leaders from 7 countries attended this conference, apart from ICI, Honorable President of ICI virtually, High Commissioner of India to Kenya, policymakers, regulators, and all other past chairman, advisory council, and all these things. So then I was a speaker in Tanzania in their international conference also. That's how my journey continued. I was also a speaker on various professional topics in Adelaide chapters, Netherlands chapters, Singapore chapters, Washington DC chapters, in a virtual platform. And then I traveled to various 10 or 12 cities to India, okay, to speak there. I was also fortunate to be speaker in WOFA also, WOFA 1.0. So, that's where my journey has commenced, and it's continued. How am I able to do is that, that's what many people ask me. First thing is that your purpose should be very, very clear. Okay. Imagine an example, friends, that you are riding in a boat or in a ship. The captain is skillful. You have enough amount of fuel with you. Okay. You have enough number of passengers, crew members also, right? Weather is also good. Okay, so there is no turbulence also. But you don't know where you want to go. Okay, how your journey will be. Okay, it will be completely wayward. It will be completely directionless. That's the power of purpose. So my purpose is very, very clear. Okay, another thing is that about the very strict time management and a disciplined life or disciplined schedule for that matter, which I am able to maintain over it. Also involves some amount of sacrifices also in every term. Okay, somewhere in terms of my holidays which I am assigned by my company. So I sacrifice those holidays not to enjoy, with families and loved ones. I do that also. That is also part of work-life balance. But I sacrifice it partially to serve the community. Last time when I traveled to India for 15 days only, okay, in 15 days, 8 days I was with family, balance 7 days I traveled to 3 or 4 cities to India. In Kerala, I am from Gujarat, but I traveled to Kerala and Chennai too. So it amounts to some amount of sacrifice also. But when you sacrifice for the greater good and the better cause, you are gratified. It gives you kind of contentment to serve the people. So, and of course, needless to say that all this is possible without support of employer, encouragement for friends, and most importantly, what Kamal Kishorji also asked, while not having any kind of procrastination. So, I think it's now 3 o'clock. So,
sir, I have a question, if it is okay with you.
Yeah, Priyamvadaji, always, you are also doing great job. Please ask me.
Sir, certain times we are unable to balance our emotions. Since you're an expert in emotional intelligence, sometimes when we are working, our mind is at home and vice versa. Rather, in most of the cases, Indians, we here are more burdened with take work more seriously, and we always see work as priority. Even if at our places, at our homes, we only think about work. Do you think it is reasonable for us? Yeah. Hello? So can you hear us?
Yeah, now for a while tell me, yeah.
Sir, how do we balance our emotions when we are working, and how important is it? Because sometimes we are at home also, we tend to think about our work only. Do you think it is important?
It is. See, emotional intelligence, it's actually it's a science as well as art, Priyamvadaji.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It starts. What do we mean by being emotionally intelligent? Okay, we are talking about. In fact, there is one very beautiful concept that what is the intersection between AI and EI? Okay. In fact, AI also helps in EI, because nowadays there are a lot of apps through which you can measure how emotionally intelligent you are. But first thing to master your emotion is that, the first thing is the mindfulness. What do you mean by mindfulness is the concept. It means that being emotionally intelligent means you should be identify or assess your emotions, then regulate it, and then monitor it and channelize it towards the achieving your task. Okay, so I should be able to analyze well, introspect well, and reflect well. If I were to see that, what are the bottlenecks as far as the emotions are concerned in my task. For example, if I know that I'm disappointed by somebody, if I know that, I'm doing that kind of procrastination, or if I know that what are the reasons due to which I'm not able to perform a particular task, okay, emotional reason, that's where the self-actualization and self-realization comes. So once you are able to do it, then you will monitor it. Okay, then there are various techniques towards being emotionally intelligent, are that you perform a meditation. There is a emotional intelligence mapping is also there, mapping between your emotions. So being emotionally intelligent in a nutshell, Premvadaji, is extremely important, because as they said, anything what you want to achieve, first it takes birth in your mind, and then it translates into the reality. So along with the being emotionally intelligent, being a very, very, I would say the level-headed person, a very beautiful word, no, level-headed person. What do you mean by level-headed person? Is that someone whose body, mind, and soul are in perfect equilibrium. Okay, Bhagavad Gita said, recently we had the Gita Jayanti, by the way. Okay,
Yeah.
so those who know about this, Bhagavad Gita is a great book to practice the emotional intelligence. How thoughtful of our Prime Minister Modi ji to present the Bhagavad Gita in Russian language to the President Putin. Okay, so it is because of the emotionally intelligence concept which is covered there. So one of the concept which is exemplified there is that your body, your mind, and your soul should be in perfect harmony, right? Then that's where you can achieve that equilibrium, or in Gita what they say is the being the person with sthit prajna. Prajna or prajna means your wisdom or your intellect. Sthit means the one which is level-headed or balanced. So what are the characteristics of a sthit prajna person? Please refer Bhagavad Gita. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your kind words and very encouraging the way you interpreted emotional intelligence very nicely. Sir, one more thing. Sometimes we all are
But
professionals.
I don't want to eat anybody's time, huh? So please, let's be
Yeah,
very
yeah, yes,
mindful
sir.
of it.
So we are
So if
careful
that
with
is the
this.
case, but yeah, you are the leader as a secretary, so
No,
please
no,
tell,
no.
yeah.
Kamalji, can we proceed right now?
Yes, Premadaji, please proceed with your question.
Sir, sometimes, coming back to you, sir, Nirlap sir, sometimes we are all professionals working at a designation, and we are all with our teams. And sometimes the burden of our mental work is being passed on to our juniors, which also ultimately creates stress for us that why did we do that? It happens with many of us.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
is very difficult to control what is coming from up and what we are giving it to our team. And
Yes.
sometimes, yes, can you throw a light on this? That
Yeah,
what
it's
we
very
should
important.
do?
It's very, very
Yeah.
good question, actually. Very relatable also, because just now I
Yes,
have
sir.
uh, 1 minute, hold on, somebody is here.
Meanwhile, we have our past president of ICI, Amarjit Chopra ji also. Welcome, sir. Welcome to this session, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Kamal Kishorji. And of course, I like to listen to Nirlap as much as I can.
No,
He's
sir.
such a dear friend and such a wonderful speaker. It's difficult to explain.
No, sir. First of all, it's a completely impromptu session for me. I was here as a listener, but then something happened, so they told that no, you have to speak for
that I know.
you have to
That I
speak
know.
for 30 minutes. So I don't want to eat up more of your time. So the guiding light.
You have not eaten up my time because I think it was time of Mr. Mukalla. Whatever.
I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. But
No.
I always, Premadaji, allow me to express
sir.
my deep gratitude, first of all, for
Yes, sir.
respected past President Amarjit Chopra, sir. I would only say that he's someone who has inspired generations of chartered accountant, okay, with decades of his experience, over 5 decades. And I cannot tell that how much I am learning from him. His mentoring students, as I mentioned, generation of chartered accountants, CA firms also, and selflessly, relentlessly, since so many years, he is someone who is acting as a guiding light to many, many chartered accountants. Sir, I'm very grateful to have you in my address. It's actually not my address, but I'm sure that over next 50 minutes or so, we all are very keen to listen to you. But yes, I will just finish it by answering my question which Premvadaji has asked me. So, Premvadaji, first of all, we all have to understand that, we are responsible for the task, not only of our own task, but also the task of our teammates, right? And that we are required to support, which we are required to report to our managers. Okay, so when you are in the sandwich position, when you have a managers as well as subordinate, okay, you are responsible for the task not only of yourselves but your team members also, right? Because anything which goes wrong, it cannot go to team members, but the buck always will stop at your places. First thing, how can you do it is that, I think that's what your question, Premadaji, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
First thing is that always give certain amount of autonomy and kind of support which is required to your team members. Okay, that is very, very important thing. While you need to mentor them, you need to train them well, that is important. But you have to save yourself from doing micromanaging. Micromanaging is the biggest hindrance for any leader if they want to grow, and spoon feeding to others also. Okay, because everybody wants to grow in their career on your life. Okay, if you micromanage, if you constantly monitor somebody for even small tasks, okay, it will impact negatively to his or her emotions, and nobody will see. Believe me, nobody likes to be continuously monitored. Okay, so first tip about this is that don't do micromanaging. Train and mentor them. Mentor your subordinate very well. Another thing which I will, would like to mention over here is the concept of goal congruence. Okay, very, very important thing. What do you mean by goal congruence? Okay, that the goal of the department, of your company, your personal goal means the goal as far as your KRAs are concerned, and the goals of your team should be in perfect sync. Okay, and the goals or the vision should be perfectly communicated also to your subordinate, your team also, and to all the stakeholders also, right? So once, for example, a simple example, if your subordinate is doing something about day-to-day accounting and MIS preparation and budget, but he or she does not know, okay, that what is the use of this MIS, what is the, utility and usefulness of these numbers. Okay, so that's, as a manager, as their manager, is your duty to explain them. Research has shown that once the person knows that where their task or actions will lead to themselves, okay, they will be deeply involved and motivated into the goal. And third very important thing is that always understand what are the intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, right? So intrinsic motivation means pat on their back, motivation, kind words to them. Without any reason, you just ask about the well-being of themselves and their family. Okay, give them chance sometime to eat with you, or in fact, it's always great if you take dinner, or if you take lunch with the members, I've seen many from recently. I visited to India. I visited a very big accounting firm, and I saw very good practice that all the people in the firm, right, from the managing partner to the articles, all were eating lunch together, right? In our Indian concept is there that the minds or the people who eat together always stay together. So this is also one of the very simple but effective technique. And then about the extrinsic motivation means bonus, perk visits, leave, holidays and leaves. So combination of intrinsic and extrinsic motivation are very important for the task of managing the performance. I think I should not speak more now. All of us, including me, are very keen to listen Chopra sir. So I think, Kamal Kishore ji, thank you very much. Completely impromptu address. I hope I have done some justice to you. Incidentally, I was also free by that time. So I hope I have done justice and you enjoyed.
Thank you, Nilavji. Thank you very much for taking this session. And we always love to hear your very polite voice as well as very motivational voice. So thank you very much. I would like to invite Garima to give the introduction of our speaker and past president, Amarjit Chopra ji. Garima.
Thank you, CNLF ji, for sharing your knowledge and experience with all of us and enriching us and thoughtful insights you shared with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this great opportunity to introduce to all of you and to myself also the great personality who is among us, CA Dr. Amarjit Chopra. It is my great honor to introduce a towering figure in the world of accounting and corporate governance, CA Dr. Amarjit Chopra, one of India's most respected chartered accountants with a distinguished professional journey of more than 5 decades. CA Dr. Chopra qualified as a chartered accountant in 1975 and has since served the profession with unparalleled commitment. He is a past president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, where he also served 5 consecutive terms on the Central Council and chaired several of ICAI's most influential committees, including Accounting Standards, Auditing Standards, FRRB, Corporate Laws, and the Executive Committee. He played a pivotal role in strengthening profession during the Satyam crisis as Vice Chairman of the High-Powered Committee. The Government of India appointed him as Chairman of the National Advisory Committee on Accounting Standards, where he oversaw the introduction of Indian Accounting Standards, India's first IFRS converged standards. He also served as part-time member of NFRA and held board positions with Bank of Baroda, Indian Bank, IRDA, Garden Research Shipbuilders and Engineers, Tata Power Trading, SBI Mutual Fund as trustees and several others. A prolific author and speaker, Dr. Chopra has delivered over 3,600 lectures globally, contributed to IMF missions, and authored leading works on NPA management and Indian accounting standards. Please join me in extending a warm and respectful welcome to Dr. Amarjit Chopra. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much, and thank you. Thanks a lot, Kamal Kishore ji, for that matter. I must say it is my maiden talk to the members of the Nairobi chapter.
Sir, your screen is tilted. You can tilt your screen a bit.
I will try it this way.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. Thank you, sir.
Is it now okay?
Perfectly okay, sir.
Now?
Perfect,
okay.
Sir.
Okay. I think it's a privilege to be speaking to you people, but of course, as they say that whenever you make a debut, anywhere you are bound to be nervous. And I am reminded of a cricketer, very frankly, who was making his debut, and there was a very fast bowler before him, and he was asked to open the innings. And when he went to open the innings, the fast bowler delivered 4 balls, and the balls went into the hands of the wicketkeeper directly. And he didn't know what to do, very frankly. And when the 5th ball was bowled, at that particular point of time, the umpire called it out no ball. And this batsman went out of the crease, tapped the pitch, and said, I knew that this person doesn't have the ball in his hand. Because what was happening that he was not even able to see that particular ball. He was so nervous. Probably that nervousness creeps in whenever you are making a debut, and I think I am no exception so far as you people are concerned. And of course, if Nirlep has been there, I've heard Nirlep even in Ludhiana and other places. He's just wonderful, and his commitment to the profession, I think, is absolutely great. There is no doubt about it. And I think if Mompalla was not there, he filled in just at this on the spot. It is absolutely great of him that he agreed to do so, and has done wonderfully well. Whatever I have heard him in these last about few minutes. So far as my talk is concerned, blending professional rigors with personal passions. What I was told is that I'm supposed to talk on the work-life balance with the family members. I think it's a topic which requires a lot of things to be said from the experiments that you have gone through in your life. It is not something theoretical that you can speak of. Theory you can always keep talking of. And I would definitely like to give some of my examples in my life, what has happened and how it has been important to me in certain times. The sport of the family, the sport of the children, the sport of the brothers, sisters, parents, in any case. And of course, when you are in the office, you require the support of your partners, you require the support of your staff, everyone. And I think we have talked so many things, whatever I heard him, even in those 4 or 5 minutes, he talked something which I would also be dealing with at a given point of time. I have always believed in one thing that because your topic is blending professional rigors with personal passions. I personally feel if there is a passion, you don't feel the rigor at all. That's the way I look at it. Because when you are doing something with passion, you never feel tired in your life. You are not afraid of anything. Because you are so much into it that you will never feel as to what is happening around. I think that's very, very important. As I can see that you take the example of Virat Kohli, you take the example of Sachin Tendulkar, you take the example of Sunil Gavaskar, you take the example of Kapil Dev. Playing day in, day out, they don't feel bored and still they are able to maintain the balance between their personal life and the professional life. Because to them, the cricket is a profession, cricket is their living. They live cricket, they breathe cricket, they sleep cricket, whatever you must say. Now, if you ask me that a person who keeps on traveling all the day, now you look at Virat, the way he has been able to maintain his family life. It is amazing. The way he sports Anushka and Anushka sports him. How does it happen? It happens when you are both tremendously in love with each other, very frankly, and you have a great mutual respect for each other's professions. Otherwise, it doesn't arise, and it doesn't happen for that matter. I will also like to say one thing that when you I just posted something. Life is a book which does have answers at its back. You have to find the solutions of your own in a manner that there are least disruptions. I have never thought that life will give me a solution on its own. Life will give keep on giving you questions after questions. But when you find an answer, that experiment becomes practical to you, and those experimentations, the results of those experimentations, you can go ahead and can guide generations based upon that. I contested 7 elections, 2 in the regional council and 5 in the central council. I started contesting the election in 1985 as a regional council member and finished off in 2013. Of course, for 6 years, from 91 to 97, I was not contesting any election in the institute. How could I do that? That's one question that I have to ask myself, and I keep asking and keep answering. In 1985, when I started contesting election, my daughter was born in 1985 June. And when I became the president in 2010, she got married. Her arrival and her departure were coincidentally coinciding with my starting the journey in the institute and my finishing the journey in the institute. Now, when I look back my journey with a lot of satisfaction, but this satisfaction cannot come without the cooperation of the wife, parents, children, and anybody. One can say that if you are in the regional council, you are in the central council, how you are able to maintain the balance between the personal life and the institute activities and the professional life, because that was the third thing. Now, here I will like to say what Nirlep said. So far as the professional part is concerned, you have the partners. If you are a proprietor, it's very difficult for you to do that, very frankly. That you have the professional life also, you have the personal life also, and you can get into the third part also, which is by way of the institution's involvement in the institute. I have had the partners in whom I had the blind faith and who had blind faith in me. I think the kind of blind faith that I have enjoyed and I have given to the partners has been one of the biggest strengths that I have got in my life. And similar strength was given to me by my wife and by my family. Why I say so? I say so because my wife at no point of time would complain that you are coming late, you are going early. My children never complained about it. Even if at times they might have felt it, they never complained. Because they knew one thing, that so far as my love and affection for them is concerned, that is without exception, that goes without saying under any circumstances. The kind of faith the wife had in me and I had in her, the kind of faith the children had in me and I had in them, the kind of faith that my parents had in me and the kind of confidence that I had in them, helped me continuing with the three. And of course, so far as the partners were concerned, they had that blind faith in me and I had the blind faith in them. To me, what is very important at the end of the day is that you need to develop a relationship which holds no bars and where you are very open. You can communicate without any problem. You can communicate without any hesitation to each other. You have to be a good listener also to maintain this balance. You cannot keep on talking all the time. You have to be a listener. If there is a complaint by the partner or by the family, listen it very carefully and then try to strike a balance, try to take a solution, try to move forward with that, try to find a solution to that particular issue. If you are having peace in your family, that is to me has been the greatest factor. To me, that has been the greatest point that unless you have got peace of your family, you will not be able to do well in your profession also. Let's be very clear about it. Because if you go with a disturbed mind to your work, I think the first thing you are going to do is to fight with your staff members at the same time, which is not possible. And if you are doing that, probably you are spoiling your entire show. You have to be at peace with your wife, you have to be at peace with your parents, you have to be at peace with your children, with everybody. And then you have to be at peace with your partners also, you have to be at peace with your staff members also. It's a very tightrope walk. It's not very easy to do it. But I think if one tries to balance it in a manner that it is not only your interest which is getting served, the interest of everyone is getting served. If you devote too much of time to your family, your partners can be at loggerheads with you. And if you devote too much time to your profession, in that case, your family can be at loggerheads with you. One thing that you have to give to your family is that even if you are working overtime, and I think in the career of each one of us, I think each one of you will be able to appreciate this particular point. None of us can compromise with the work at the start of your professional career. I still remember that when I started my career, my parents were given that understanding by me to begin with. And then when I got married, after about 4 years of my professional career, that understanding was given to the wife. You have to sit down and explain why it is going to happen and how it is going to happen. That understanding was very clearly given to them that for the first about 10 years, there will be no Saturday, no Sunday, and probably there will be no 26th January, there will be no 2nd October, there will be no 15th August, probably. But if at all you require me at any point of time, I will be there at your beck and call. But if I at all have to grow in my career, which will provide you the satisfaction, I think one thing is very important, and I can tell you from my experience. My son is in Bangalore. My daughter is in Canada today. I have never tried to block their careers. In my love and affection that they have to be in Delhi with me, I have never strived for it because I have always felt that as a parent, what do I feel? What is my first feeling when I see the smile on the face of my child? I think my greatest satisfaction is when I see the smile on the face of my children. And if they can smile more by living at a distance but growing in their career, making their career better, never come in between that. And I think similar thing has been there with my own parents. If I could sit down and explain it to them, that Pitaji, Biji, that I may not be able to devote you as much time as you may require, but if at all at any point of time you require more, I will definitely take care of that situation. But initially, probably I will need to work harder than what I will be needing to work today. Because if I look today, at this particular age, today I make sure that I give more time to my wife than at any point of time in my career. Today I go to the office at a particular time, I come back because she says that in the evenings at least come back in time now. You have had enough of the work being done. So at different stages of life, you will have to maintain different balances. You will have to work out different strategies to maintain those balances. In the entire life path, you cannot have the same strategies. In the different phases of the life, you will have to work out different strategies with your family. And I can tell you that one has been able to work it out well in the sense that today also it's 46 years gone, and I think that me and my wife can sit down, chat, and of course we have the best of the relationships and the kind of the understanding that we have. God bless everyone with that kind of understanding and the kind of understanding that one has with the children for that matter. Today now, at this phase of the life, I make sure that at least 2 months I spend with my children, 2 months with the daughter and 2 months with the son. Now you will ask me the question, how do you balance your work? In that case, the professional work that you are having. Very simple. COVID has provided us one lesson, that you can work remotely. And I think that lesson has further added impetus to the entire life situation, that you can work from the distance, you can still live with the children, and you can enjoy the children. Now, at my age, probably the greatest satisfaction that one has is to be with the grandchildren. And the two grandsons that one has, one with the daughter and one with the son, provide us the greatest thrill for that matter. And one enjoys the work also. All these board meetings and audit committee meetings, one is able to attend through the remotes, on a remote basis, even from Canada or from Bangalore for that matter. And as I said to begin with, the blind faith in the partners and the partners' blind faith in you, that wherever you are still working for the firm, and wherever they are working for the firm. They are working in the interest of the firm and you are working in the interest of the firm. If that kind of faith you can maintain, you can generate, it's not easy. I can tell you that also. It's not easy to generate that kind of a faith, and it is not easy to get that kind of a faith from the other side. That is the best thing to happen in your lives. And I think I've been very lucky that way, that I have been able to maintain that kind of a situation. I have been able to create that kind of a confidence in my partners, that wherever I am, they know that I am working for the organization, and wherever they are, I know that they are working for the organization. Also at the same time, one should be very, very clear that, as I said, it's a very tight rope walk, but greater the risk, tougher the solution, more is the enjoyment. जितना आप ज्यादा टाइट रोप वॉक करेंगे, उतना ज्यादा डिफिकल्टी से उसको क्रॉस करेंगे, उतना ज्यादा आपको सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलेगा, उतना ज्यादा आप उसको एंजॉय करेंगे. दैट्स ऑल्सो फॉर श्योर बेसिकली. तो जब कभी भी आप टाइट रोप वॉक करते हैं, बट यू हैव टू मेक श्योर द बैलेंसिंग, as I begin with, and I said one thing that you have to do, because that is the topic also, balancing. Balancing तो सारी जिंदगी चलता. Balancing has to be there with the parents, balancing has to be there with your spouse, balancing has to be there with the children, balancing has to be there with your brothers, sisters, balancing has to be there with the partners, balancing has to be there with the staff members, balancing has to be there between the time that you give to the various clients itself. In the beginning of your careers, needless to say that we all give time to every kind of a client who comes to us. But as you start growing, I will not say that you start giving lesser importance to the old clients who are paying you the lower fees. But you start balancing your time. You start planning in a much better manner, so that the people on whom the organization depends more, you are able to provide greater resources, you are able to provide more time. There could be occasions when you are not able to provide them the time, but then you have to make sure that they are provided with more resources. It could be at your cost. You may not be able to make that kind of a profit even from those clients. But the people who gave you a beginning in your career, you cannot be unfaithful to them under any circumstances. I think one lesson that I have learned in my life is people who have stood by you at the beginning, whether in your professional career or in your family life or in your, you can say, elections, you have to make sure that you don't ignore them at any time in your life. To me, that is the crux of the entire issue, and to me, that is the most important issue in my life today. And if you are able to balance it, I think you are successful at the end of the day. I'm not trying to define my success. I will not say, because the success has different meanings. To some people, success is measured in terms of the money. To some of the people, success is measured in the terms of the reputation. To some of the people, reputation under the, you can say the entire thing is measured by way of the love and affection that you get from the different segments in your life. And when I look back, I feel extremely satisfied on various parameters. Number one, that I balance the things in a manner that I had the greatest of the blessings from my parents. We are a very close-knit family, even so far as my siblings are concerned. I'm youngest of the 5 brother sisters. Difference between me and the eldest brother is 14 years. To me, is a fatherly figure. The brother who was elder to me and was the second brother who unfortunately expired 3 years back has been my mentor. He mentored me. He was an engineer, but he mentored a person who has done chartered accountancy. And he was mentored by the eldest brother. All 5 brothers and sisters, 3 brothers and 2 sisters, we are such a close-knit family that it gives me a lot of satisfaction that in the times of distress, in the times of disappointment, if I have to lean back on any shoulder, I have not many shoulders to lean back on. I have the satisfaction of having a spouse who is very understanding and who has actually gone through the most difficult times and the best of the times with me. I have the children who are very respectful, full of love and affection. I have the grandchildren who are very dear to us and we are very dear to them. Now, if you look at these parameters and the kind of friends that one has got, you cannot have more satisfaction than that. Money does not give you that kind of satisfaction. I can assure you that. Money can give you luxuries, but money does not give you that kind of inner satisfaction which probably these things can give you. So when I say balancing, when you work in profession, don't try to work too much for the money. Try to work for the reputation. Reputation will bring in the money automatically. You can be sure about it. Reputation will make sure that you are able to lead a decent life. You may not be able to lead too luxurious a life, and I don't think that there is any end to any luxury for that matter. Luxurious style is not the aim, at least it is not my aim. But yes, one has still been able to enjoy every kind of a comfort. There is no doubt so far as I am concerned on this particular part. Today, one has one's own home. Children have their own home. I have my own vehicle. I have my own office, a decent sized office, decent sized staff. And if every staff member loves you, remembers you, I think that gives you the satisfaction. I think if you have been in a profession for 50 years, and there are at least 3 or 4 partners who are more than 35 years, who have been with with you for a period of more than 35 years, and there are two at least partners who have been with you for more than 40 years, that speaks volumes. That only shows the kind of confidence that you have in each other. And that gives you the confidence. And that gives you the confidence that you can give time to your family also. You can give time to your profession also. You can give time to the institute also. You can deliver lecture also. You can travel also. I think the more important aspect is creating an environment. I nearly have said it in many words actually. Create an environment in which everyone feels satisfied at the end of the day. Believe me, my own take today is, at this age, if my junior partners have to take over from me, I should start gradually reducing my share, which I have been talking to my partners that you reduce my share because, as I said, I have never gone after money. And this is something which is known to my all friends. I have gone after to build the credibility. I have gone after love and affection of the various friends. And another thing that I have to be very clear here is, when you create your credibility, how do you create your credibility? Someone comes to you with some kind of a hope, with some kind of an expectation, with some kind of, whether it is your brother, sister, or friend, or even a student. If you can do it, say yes that I will do it, and try to do it in the most sincere manner, in the most religious manner. And if you can't do it, don't give a false hope to a gentleman. This is what I have applied to my family. This is what I have applied to my professional colleagues. This is what I have applied to my friends. I will not like a situation to come in that I have committed something to somebody, knowing fully well that I will not be able to do it. And then when he rings up, I don't pick up his telephone. And when I pick up his telephone, I tell him, yeah, I had discussed with him, but he's saying that I will come back to you after 3 days or 4 days or 6 days. No. If you cannot do it, please say no to begin with. Try, and if you can do it, go all out to try to do it. And if you are unable to get the result, convey it immediately to the person, that so that if at all
Sir, you are on mute, sir.
Sir, you are on mute, sir.
Amarjit sir, you are on mute. Please, thank you. We can't hear you, sir. Amarjit
Sir,
sir, we
we were
cannot.
not able to hear you.
Sir, we cannot hear you, sir.
give them the money.
Sir, sorry to interrupt, but we cannot listen you since 5-10 minutes, sir. 5 minutes or so.
Hello.
Yeah, sir. Sorry to interrupt, but we couldn't listen you since 5 minutes. Anything, sir?
Yes, please. Nilabji, are you able to hear me?
Yes, now all right, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I thought something has gone wrong because Kamal was also trying to ring up.
Yeah.
Kamari, how long I can go on?
Sir, another 2-3 minutes or maximum 5 minutes. If okay with you. Sir, are you able to hear me, sir? Can you hear me, sir? Hello, Amarjit sir, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Kamalji, how long I can go on?
2-3 minutes,
I am
sir.
unable to hear you.
Someone else can speak. Yeah.
Sir, you can speak for 5 minutes. That's what Kamalji is saying.
Hello.
You can speak for 5 minutes. That's what Kamal is saying. I have
Okay.
WhatsApped you. I have WhatsApped you.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. As I said that grow your children in the giving them the best of the values, and at the same time, when your professional ambitions are achieved to some extent, try to give it back to the society also, something. There are many advantages of balancing the life between the profession and the family. It leads to increased productivity. As I said, if you are having a peaceful mind, you will go with a peaceful mind to the office. You will have an increased productivity. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind. Your mental and physical health will be better. Your blood pressure will be much better in those circumstances. You will have reduced stress. You will have better sleep. You will have much better healthy relationships for that matter. You will have more disciplined life. For balancing the two, I think you need a more disciplined life. You have to plan your time. You have to plan your strategy. You have to divide your time between the two, for that matter. So your life has to be far more disciplined. It will lead to greater deployment of your time on more productive purposes, for that matter. And how to achieve it? I think that's one of the issues. Set the boundaries for the time. You have to be very clear on what time you have to get up, what time you have to take your breakfast, what time you have to go to your office, what time you have to come back, how much time you are supposed to give to your clients, which client, and how much time you have to give to your family. I can say with my experience that when I was doing my CA, that's another way of looking at it. When I was doing my CA, I was doing my MCOM and CA simultaneously. MCOM from Delhi University in the evening and CA during the daytime. Luckily, in my firm, there used to be 2 holidays in a week. Saturday and Sunday were off. Saturday I would devote to MCOM study, and the Sunday I will devote to the CA studies. And that is where probably the planning for the time became much better. So that personal ambition and then the professional ambition, these were combined in a much better manner. Definitely spare some time for your extracurricular activities. Whatever you are doing. When I was in the college, I was doing very well in the college, but at the same time I was representing my college team also. In the cricket, for 3 years I played inter-college, and after that also I kept on playing cricket. Even when I was in the council, I was playing cricket. Today also I find time to go through the cricket news items, do some poetry also, write it also, because you will have to divide time and you must make sure that your extracurricular activity is your stress buster. In most of the circumstances, your best stress buster is your extracurricular activity. Normally when I am tense, I will tell you, normally when I am tense, what I will like to do, I will hum a song which I like the most. It can be a serious song, it can be any other song, it can be a romantic song also. With my wife I am there, I will like to keep on humming something which is more romantic for that matter. So I think that is where the things have to be there. But you must always, you may laugh at it, and I've been saying it. I definitely watch every day, every night from 10:30 to 12 you can say a show called Big Boss. People say it is most stupid show, but what I try to find from there, that if you are in isolation for a period of more than 3 months, a person is in isolation for a period of 3 months with no mobile, no telephone, nothing. No, not even a piece of paper, not even a pencil for that matter. How do you live? How do you do the backbiting? And what kind of solution do you reach? What kind of relationship do you develop? What is your thought process in that? That's also a learning for that matter. But that, as I said, whatever you like in your life, please devote some time to it. Irrespective of anything. And take vacations. As I said that I like to go to the daughter and son, and there also you do the work also and you spend time with them also. But you are taking some time off from your office. And what Nirlep said, I 100% subscribe to him. Don't do micromanagement. Learn to delegate. Believe me, in my own office, I am the senior most, having 50 years, and being in 50 years in the profession. But I hardly sign 5 checks in a year. That responsibility I have delegated to someone else, one or two of the partners. I believe that's not my job here. If they are doing the fund management, if they are issuing the checks, they know how to do the fund management. That is a training to them. If I have to sign the check, I will have to do the fund management. If they are signing the check, they have to collect the money also. And then they will have to disburse also. I take the salary from them. They don't take salaries from me. I think delegation is very important. And I have always believed in one thing. If you feel that your client will go away with your other partner if he leaves it, then he was never your client. You have to have that self-confidence in you. If you don't have that self-confidence in you, then better you leave the organization. Yeah? Where is the point? So I personally feel what Nirlep said, don't micromanage, delegate the duties. You may not be able to delegate the responsibility, but you can definitely delegate the work. For responsibility, you can take the MIS. And that MIS will be good enough for you to look at it, who is doing what. And the second thing that he said, which I really liked, and I've been practicing it for ages, believe me. Give a pat on the back if somebody does something good. But here I will say one thing more. I have followed that. If a staff member commits a mistake vis-a-vis the client, I always take the debit to me. If he does something good, I give the credit to him before the client. Before the client, I will always take the debit on me that I overlooked it. Somewhere or the other, I should have guided him better. But if he does well, I say that his mind is very sharp. He is doing a beautiful job. Even I couldn't have perceived this situation. The moment you say this, the staff members feel so elated. And you never know in your life, believe me, when an article can come back to you with a brilliant idea which never struck you in your mind. You are not the only one to have ideas. I think ideas have to be asked for. Hold regular meetings, maybe every 15 days, every 20 days, every 30 days, and try to extract some ideas from the staff if they can give. And if they can give some idea which strikes you well, implement it. Don't feel shy to do that. Don't feel that it never struck me, why should I implement it? The greatest motivation to a staff member is when you accept his version and go ahead with that. And I think that's the greatest motivation that you can give to somebody. And at times, if you feel that lesser profits are good enough, but I have to hire some persons from outside, I have to balance my time, do it. To profitability should not be your criteria. Your criteria has to be balancing of the time. Because if you are able to balance your time, you are able to get the resource from outside today, hire out some other experts from outside today, probably you will be able to devote that time better somewhere else and may be able to earn more tomorrow. Don't worry about the losses. Don't worry about the loss of the money. Worry about balancing between the time, balancing the time between your personal life and the professional life. Of course, one thing that I can say is the greatest fallout of the mobile phones is I am a victim of that, and I am now trying to get into it. That when in family, try to give lesser importance to the mobile phone. I have not succeeded so far, very frankly, but this is one of my thought processes which is going on, and probably in the next 3 to 4 months I am going to implement it. When with wife, don't keep picking up the mobile time and again. I think if you pick up the mobile when she is there, if you look at her face, the expressions change. If you are with your children and you keep talking on telephone to someone, or you keep looking at the telephone, you keep playing with something on the mobile, it is no good. I have not succeeded. I am personally agreeing to it. I am conceding this particular point. I have not succeeded so far in this. But I have taken a vow a few days back that I am going to reduce my time so far as mobile phones are concerned. I have written somewhere कि सब इकट्ठे बैठे सब हैं, परंतु सब के सब मोबाइल में व्यस्त हैं और घर में शांति है. अगर घर में सब के सब बैठे हैं तो क्या होना चाहिए? घर में चहक होनी चाहिए, चहल पहल होनी चाहिए. पर अगर सब के सब मोबाइल पे हैं तो चहल पहल हो ही नहीं सकती, चहक हो ही नहीं सकती. I personally feel these mobiles are destroying us somewhere. We need to reduce the time on the mobile under all circumstances. If not today, tomorrow. Believe me, spending too much time on the screen is also no good for that matter. And lastly, I will say learn to say no. Learn to say no. I will give you one example. We used to have a partner. We used to be near Chandni Chowk at that particular time in Delhi. The people who have been in Chandni Chowk or in Delhi, they must be knowing the area of Chandni Chowk. We were having most of the clientele from Chandni Chowk, Chavli Bazaar, Naya Bazaar, Nayi Sadak, etc. A client rings me up at 7:30 and says, Chopla sahab, आप ऑफिस में बैठे हैं? मैंने कहा हाँ जी बैठे हैं. कहने सर मैं आना चाहता हूँ. मैंने कहा आप आ जाइए, अभी आ जाइए. नहीं कहना मैंने ना घर जाना पहले. I will take my bath and I will take my dinner and then come to you. I said sorry sir. Then my wife is also waiting for dinner. If you will go back home, you will take a bath, you will have dinner, and then you will come to me. Sorry, I can't accept that situation. Learn to say no to certain things. I think that's very important. If there is some extra work which you know that you will not be able to do or you will not be able to complete, or which doesn't suit you, please learn to say no to that. And if you can't say no to it, probably you are running into a danger zone. You will be definitely spoiling the balancing between your personal life and the working life. And that you cannot afford. What personal life means, What love and affection in the family means, I will give you last example in my case. Believe me, there cannot be a better example of what satisfaction you draw out of it when you get the love and affection of your siblings, particularly. My son's marriage was fixed for 5th of January 2010. On 3rd January, my mother expired. The bride people had come from Calcutta and we were in Delhi. My brother and sisters were there. We were informed on 3rd morning, mother was in hospital, that my elder brother rang me up that Ma is no more. First thought that ran into the minds of everyone was, is the marriage going to be postponed? All brothers, sisters combined immediately. And they said only one thing to me. BG wanted Sandeep to get married. She has lived her life, she was 90. Sandeep has to get married. The bride's people were apprehending that the marriage is going to be postponed. We performed the cremation at 3 p.m. My eldest brother went for Parva Fastis in UP near Moradabad somewhere, and that was done. 10 o'clock in the morning we held the Kriya ceremony, and in the evening we had to go to the bride's place where they were staying and perform some rituals and perform some function. That is the strength of the family. If one brother or one sister had stood up and said, no, BG is no more, the marriage has to be cancelled, it had to be cancelled. There was no way that it would have gone ahead. But since brothers and sisters were with me, their hand was on my head. That enabled me to go ahead with that. That is what the love and affection, the peace at home, the peace in the family has to be spoken about. Friends, I have gone a bit personal, but I think that was very important to describe you what family relations can mean. What family can mean. And to me, there's nothing more important than the family. Money will always be the last. My family, my work, my reputation will always come before anything else. Thank you very much, friends. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir, for your sharing your personal experiences. That really enlightened us, actually.
I'm unable to listen to you.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know why.
Is it okay now, sir? Can you hear now? Can you hear
मेरे
now,
को
sir?
आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Can I switch on to the other system if you don't mind, just for a minute?
Sure, sir.
I'll switch on to the other system. Just give me
Sure, sir.
a few minutes.
Sure.
I'll come back to you. Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure. I think in respect of the time, Rajasekhar, you can conclude the session with a vote of thanks. Just unmute yourself, Rajasekhar.
Sure, sure. Am I audible?
Yeah, very much.
Sir, first of all, I would like to thank you, sir, for inviting me to propose vote of thanks.
I would like to take up few questions the
Sure,
moment I am with you. Just 1 minute give me.
Actually, we have our senior most member, Satyamurthy sir. Satyamurthy sir, we have passed.
I don't know why I'm unable to get your voice.
You are able to hear others? Rajashekar, just try to speak something. And if Amarjit sir is able to hear you.
Amarjit sir, are you able to hear me, sir?
I'm able to hear both of you, but
just within 1 minute, I am signing.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. You continue.
Please allow me to join from the other device.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, you can continue, Rajshekar, now.
There must be some technical challenge, yeah.
Yeah, fine. So it actually feels immense pleasure for me to propose vote of thanks for this for the webinar organized by ICI Kenya chapter on balancing professional rigor with personal passion. As chartered accountants, generally we look at balancing the both sides of the balance sheet, but we generally miss to identify whether we are striking a balance between our work life and our our personal life. So it is in this context our institute also has taken up an initiative in establishing committee for promoting work-life balance, and then having organizing some of the webinars on this most important topic in this current times. It is in this so I would like to actually thank our institute for first of all establishing this committee, and then I would also like to thank specifically the committee for promoting work-life balance, and also the ICI Kenya chapter as well for taking an initiative to organize an event on this topic. First of all, I need to thank CA Jaychairaji, who is the chairman for the committee, and in fact, who also happens to be a speaker for today's session. We actually need to appreciate the way Jaychairaji has put up his efforts, in spite of the challenges that he is facing in India at the moment, which he has clearly demonstrated. By sitting in vehicle and by walking, he made sure that he stood up to his commitment of delivering the valuable insights on this topic, despite he facing a couple of challenges. In fact, that demonstrates the commitment that he portrays to the profession. Yes, as mentioned by Jaychairaji, we need to definitely not confine ourselves to investing time only for our profession, but also invest time in both relationship management and then hobbies and passion as well. And I would also like to convey our sincere gratitude to CA Nirle Bhatji, because unfortunately today one of our speaker who is also vice chairman for the committee for promoting work-life balance, Sridhar Muppalaji, who also happens to be a speaker for today. Unfortunately, due to some reasons, he could not join us. But Nirle Bhatji has stepped in to bridge the gap by handling an impromptu session, and that too, it's not like he has confined to doing justice alone, but he has, like the way he always does, he has surpassed all the people's expectations as well this time. Thank you, Nirle Bhatji. And in fact, we would also definitely take into account one of the key takeaway that was mentioned by you. Like we will definitely try to analyze whether we are being too busy or we are being productive as well. And we will also strike a balance between both as well, sir. And finally, our third and the most important speaker for the day, CA Amarjit Chopra ji, who is also the past president of our institute. In fact, to be frank, Amarjit ji, the experience of Amarjit ji itself is more than the age of many of all the attendees who are there here. And in spite of being at such a senior age as well, it demonstrates his commitment to offer all his guidance or all his experience for the greater benefit of the fraternity. And we would like to really thank you for sparing your valuable time, for sharing a lot of valuable insights, sir. In fact, there are many key takeaways that we need to take that we have obtained today from your session on how do we actually balance both our professional and work-life balance. We would really strive to implement them in true spirit, sir. Be it maintaining peace with family or friends, and also giving enough importance for all the family relationships. Not just that, even by following up on a disciplined time management, or be it like developing the ability to say no as and when it is required as well, and also involving in certain stress buster activities. So like this, there are a lot of things, be it delegation of tasks. We will try to implement all of them in true spirit, and like the way you have truly mentioned, like if there is a passion, if there is a true passion, you do not feel it as a rigor. So, and we also truly accept all the words that you have mentioned, sir. Like the way coin has two sides, the monetary value representing on one side and the emblem representing on the other side. Even our life also, it is like the similar way. On one side it will be work life, on the other side it should be like a family sort of thing. Unless and until both are maintained effectively, it does not have the true value or the meaningful value assigned to it. So it is in this context we would always try to implement all the valuable insights offered, sir. I would also like to convey our sincere appreciation to all the audience who have joined from across the borders. In fact, it's like erasing the borders for listening to such an important session. Without the active participation from all of you, this session or the intention with which this is being organized by our institute does not meet its intended purpose, but it is all of you who have made it very successful. And I would like to thank CA Priyamvadaji as well for coordinating with our chairman Kamal Kishore sir in bringing this webinar, in hosting this webinar, sir. And I would like to conclude it here, and I would like to hand it over to Kamal Kishore sir and Amarjit Chopra ji as well. Like sir has mentioned, if anyone intends to ask some questions, also sir is open to take that questions and offer his insights. So
now
I will leave this stage to.
Now I can hear and convey my feelings more clearly.
Thank you, sir.
I must mention here the esteemed presence of a very respected past Central Council member. I can see Sanjeev Chaudhary sir here, and also past chair and leader from Singapore chapter, Mr. Alagappan Periyananand sir. So just thought to mention and acknowledge their presence.
Sanjeev Chaudhary is there.
Yeah, I can see. Sanjeev sir, how we can miss you. Yes. And my friend from Qatar, I don't know where he is now. Joby Chande is there.
Okay.
And there are many esteemed leaders and the EXCOM. Yeah.
Sunilji, how are you?
All well, sir. I was actually sitting at home, not doing anything constructive. I thought might as well listen to the discussion and get some benefit out of it. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks to you. Before this, I was at Indore branch and I had on this advertising, basically.
Okay.
Discussion on advertising.
In fact, sir, this event itself is a great example of work-life balance. because Jai
Very good.
Sairaji was online from the vehicle because of the flight disruption in the India in Indigo, and he's stuck somewhere, and he addressed. I happen to be fortunately this impromptu speaker, so thanks for that. And sir, you shared very important insight. Especially I liked about learn to say no, and also your personal experience, which you mentioned candidly.
So very frankly, my personal experiences with my family, I can't describe in words.
No, it's
We understand, sir.
yeah.
I can't describe in words because wherever I am, I'm telling you, it's because of the mentoring by my brother and blessings of my parents, and the confidence exhibited in me by my wife and by my children. I think Sanjeev knows it. I used to come around 1 o'clock in the night from somewhere from a seminar, and 4 a.m. I was again packing it up, but my wife never said anything to me. If I was not at peace with myself, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And I have many examples to be given. Very frankly, if your family is good, if you come doing MCOM, and when I was doing my MCOM, I will come from the university at 10 o'clock in the night. I was not worried that my mother has to get up. My bhabhi will get up and give me the hot food. I think that's the beauty of the entire relationship. So when you are at peace with yourself, you are able to perform much better rather than when you are not at peace with yourself. There should be no disruption in your mind. I think that's very important. So I've seen Sanjeev also very frankly growing so well, and Sanjeev's thought process is very clear, and he's one fellow who will talk spade is spade, and I really love him for that.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. You've been a senior and right to many of us, so thank you very much. That is all what I'll say here now.
And my final thanks to Kamalji and his team for providing this opportunity. It's a topic on which I have spoken for the first time, but I spoke because I thought that family balance is very important. Family life is very important at the end of the day. And you must share your experiences. Your experiences with your partners is very important. Because if at all I have been able to achieve something, it's because of the family and my partners. If partners don't allow you to do something, you will not be able to do it. Let's be very clear about it. So you have to maintain that balance, create that confidence. And I think one has been able to do that, and one has been able to move on with that. Any question I will like to answer.
From my side, just a feedback, sir, that we used to hear your name, that Amarjit Chopra ji is the president of ICI, but I never thought that I will get a chance to speak to you like this on a one-to-one platform. So I am grateful, sir, actually. And thank you for sparing time.
Anytime, Kamalji. Anytime.
When we were listening you, sir, we felt like we are listening to like a friend or a colleague or like a mentor. Okay, we for some time we forgot that we are chartered accountant and listening to past president of ICI, because you are mentioning from your heart, you are mentioning the experiences which you had in your life, like when your mother passed and the son wedding was happening on 5th, mother passed on 3rd. So it was really a heart touching experience actually for us to hear, and how the family took it positively. And they said that her busy desire was him to get Sandeep to get married, if I'm not wrong, and they all stood for the family. That shows the bonding in the family actually. And as you rightly mentioned, that it is family is your strength basically. Whatever you talk today is mostly like, I could understand one thing, that concentrate on your family, give time to your family. That's what is a takeaway for me, sir.
It is not only your immediate family, that's your wife and children, your extended family also, your brother, sister, and friends. Believe me, my friends have given me so much of love and affection. In my lifetime, I cannot repay that debt.
I agree, sir. I agree. I understand. So, and thank you to Sanjeev sir also for joining this session, sir. We are grateful to you. Thank you to Allah Gopan sir. Thank you for joining this session, and thank you to all the seniors and to Nirlab bhai. Indeed, like in few months, we have become great friends. I never thought that we will be so close in such a short period of time. But Nirlab ji, we have become good friend, I believe. And sometimes my wife gets jealous to me that you give more time to Nirlab ji than me. So that's the kind of bonding we are having nowadays, actually.
So no, to balance it out between the two.
Yeah. I was just trying to mention the importance of friendship, actually.
Yeah,
That Nirlab ji keep guiding me. He's my mentor during my chairmanship, actually. He's my mentor, actually.
No, I have heard him in Ludhiana. I have heard him today also. I have heard him at other places also. Believe me, he is one of the finest speakers on many topics.
Sir.
And he's a craze today, very frankly, in the various parts of the world. There is no doubt, and I can only wish and pray for his healthy and successful life in the years to come.
Sir, means a lot and feeling really humbled, but means a lot coming through you. I have no more words than gratitude towards you, sir.
Thank you, boss.
With this, I would like to close this session. Thank you, everyone, once again. And
We can
God bless you.
we can take a screenshot if possible.
I'll take right now.
Yeah, those possible can open the camera. So at least
just open the camera, whatever possible. Whoever can open, please open the camera. Rajasekhar, if you can open your camera. Amitesh bhai, thank you very much for opening the camera. Rajasekhar, Sachin, just open the camera. Okay, I'm taking the screenshot now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining, and God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your rest of the evening.
Thank you.